Hello, if your motorcycle won't start, like this Yamaha XJ650, here's something to check. You turn the key on, but as you can see there's no neutral light. The bike's not in gear, so the light should be on. And when you press the starter, nothing. In this case the oil pressure light did blink briefly, but still no start. Now pull on the clutch, and if the bike starts up, this usually means the neutral switch is the issue. A quick safety tip. If you're working on a bike and using a lift, always secure the bike properly. A good set of tie downs is essential, not just for your safety, but the bike's too. Right, let's get the bike up to a comfortable working height so we can check access to the neutral switch. Since the switch light is right at the bottom of the engine, you'll need to remove the oil first. In this case, I'm using an oil pump because the oil's relatively new and I plan to reuse it. That's why it's always handy to keep an empty oil containers around. Next, remove the exhaust system. What should be a simple job on most bikes is, of course, a bit of a pain on this one, like the ones I work on. Silencers off first, then the header pipes. With the exhaust finally out of the way, use a screwdriver to disconnect the wire from the neutral switch. Make sure the wire is safely tucked aside. You'll need clear access. I figured a long reach 14mm socket would do the trick. Nope, the access is awful and it just wouldn't fit. But there is a tool for this. I went with one made by Laser, but it still quite didn't fit. So time for a decision. Grind down the tool or remove the engine. Yeah, no contest, let's grind. With the tool reshaped and still warm from the grinder, I threw on an old motorcycle glove and got to work. The movement is tiny, just a fraction of a turn at a time because the tool still hits the frame. So it's turn, remove, reposition and repeat. Over and over. Patience is key. Eventually, after what felt like forever, the neutral switch finally came out. Time for the fun part, fitting the new one. I grabbed the new neutral switch. Thankfully, it came with a fresh copper washer. Always replace with that. I started it off using a screwdriver on the connecting tab, and to my relief, it threaded in smoothly on the first try. I tightened it in gently by hand to reduce how much work I'd need to do with the awkward socket. Once it got snug, I grabbed the torque wrench and finished it properly. It's 14.5 foot-pounds or 20 Newton meters is the torque setting.
And there it is.
Then it was time to reconnect the wire. Access is terrible here, so it's more a case of feeling around and hoping for the best. After a few failed attempts, I managed to line up the tiny screw with the circle or connector, threaded it in and tightened it up. With the wire reconnected, I lowered the bench and turned the key, and yes, we have neutral light. But don't start the engine yet. Remember, we have no oil or exhaust fitted. I've covered exhaust fitting on this bike in a previous video, so I won't go through the full process here, but just a quick reminder. Downpipes first, always fiddly, then the silencers, much easier. With the exhaust back on, I refilled the oil. Since I'd saved what I drained earlier, there's no guesswork on the quantity. Back on goes the filler cap. I lowered the bike again. If you don't have a bike stand like this, you could always do it on the sensor stand. This whole job can be done that way, but you'll spend a lot of time on your knees. Been there, done that, before I got this bench lift. I'll make a video about it sometime. I've had it for years now, and it's saved my back more than once. Right, moment of truth, fuel on, ignition on, and up she starts. And that beautiful green neutral light. I can only now bask in its glow. If you enjoyed this video, please click like. Want to see more? Subscribe to the channel. Got a question or comment? Drop it below. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. Thank you.